You can hear old Blue running outside the door there, I think. Morning, folks. It is Monday morning and it's the day I have to bring old Blue to the body shop to get the front end fixed up after it was backed into a few weeks ago already. So it's finally come. I'm bringing it in today. They're expecting it to be there for the rest of April, so to the end of the month. I guess that's how long it takes. I don't do these things, so I don't know. But I'm at home until then. Sort of like an unscheduled vacation with compensation, because this accident wasn't my fault. If you're just tuning in, hey, I'm Trucker Josh. I've been making videos about trucking and my family and life around trucking for the last 14 years. Welcome here. Hit that subscribe button. Make new videos all the time. I'm here in southeast Manitoba, Canada. It's just above western Minnesota. Let's see, you got the flag in the corner right there. Just over the border, about 60 miles from the US. So my truck is outside running, like I've been telling you. Let's bring it into Winnipeg. Let's get this fixed up. I'm hoping they can get it done by the end of this week and not take 2 weeks like they thought it would. So we'll see what happens. I've made sure that I'll be getting compensated for my time off. What happened was, at a shipper that I was loading at, we were sort of parked on a hill, right? And the guy in front of me released his brakes. And then he got a phone call, and he went into a sleeper. Forgot his truck wasn't in drive. That's the story I got from him anyways. I don't know. That seems pretty legit because I have it all on camera. But truck rolled back about 30 feet down a slight hill. Bam! Hit the front of my truck. And didn't do too much damage from what you can see, but underneath there, there's about $20,000 Canadian worth of damage, so they're getting that all worked out now. So let's get done. Let's get it done. Let's get something done. I've been talking about it for so long. These boxes need to go this week. I've got to do a recycling run. My garage at home is packed full of boxes too, from Christmas, from my son's birthday, from this, from that. We got some new furniture. He got a big boy bed. There's all those boxes. We still have all those boxes. I don't know why. Because I haven't taken them away, that's why. I could put them out on the street, but we have like this recycling bin, and we have a recycling service. They'll come with the truck and, you know, they'll grab onto it and put it into their back, right? But I can only put so much in that bin per week. This is taking way too long. So I'm gonna break it all down, cut it down so it's all flat, throw it in the back of the pickup, and I'm gonna bring it to the recycling place myself, just to get it out of my hair, because I'm tired of these boxes stacked up everywhere. Then we can start stacking up new boxes. Thank you, Amazon. But first, oh yeah, Timmy's. Gotta wait for the truck to warm up anyway. I don't like driving it before it's fully warmed up and got all the juices flowing, you know. Been doing this for a while online here, and I'm enjoying it still. I have no plans on stopping my videos. I know I've slowed down from time to time. Sometimes there's a couple of days without videos. I used to be like adamant every single day there has to be a video out, and you know, I'd like to get back to that too, but life is, you know, life sort of evolves as you go on and ebbs and flows, and you go through some busy, stressful times of life, and then it sort of backs off and you have more time again. Those of you who have kids, you know that once you have kids, everything changes. Your priorities change. Your life changes, obviously. And, you know, when I'm at home, I want to make sure that I'm home. I want to be, like, the best friend I can be to my son, my new coming son who's coming this. I want it to be so that as he grows up that he wants to spend time with Dad, right? Because Dad's his best friend. He's always there, reliable, you know, trustworthy, does what he says, keeps his promises. And so when I'm at home, especially now he's 2 years old, I'm trying to teach him these things about promises, keeping promises, when you make a promise, what that means, keeping your word. And you know, it's a vital time in their life to you know, build those values into their mind and character that they're going to carry with them for the rest of their lives. So what I'm getting at is when I'm at home, that's my priority, and if I don't have time to edit my videos, Like, I'm sorry, I don't have time to edit my videos, and I try to get them done as much as I can, but usually I get it all done like on my spare time when I'm not at home or when he's napping. But life changes. I'm still going to continue doing this daily as much as I can, and you know, maybe at one point we'll get back to like every single day without missing a beat, because eventually, you know, the kids are going to be in school. Maybe I'll have a little bit more time off during the day. We'll see. I'll probably fill it up with other stuff, but yeah, for those of you who are wondering, I want to keep these videos going because these videos are just as much for me as they are for you. I always say that. It's me for my memories to look back on, you know, where I was at in my life, memories, and stuff like that. Anyway, so if you're new, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to drink my Timmy's, and then we're going to get in the truck. For real this time. For real, for real. I keep saying we're going to get in the truck. Then I sit down. I have a coffee. I need an excuse to sit down. The truck needs to warm up. Yes, yes. Got to wait for the truck to warm up. Yeah, my Timmy's. Oh. That's the first sip of the day, just so you know. Share it with me. Share this moment. Ah, yeah. Well, that one lingered. That was good. That was good. That's a long way away. My usual shop that I go to is right here in Steinbach area. So to bring my truck all the way to Winnipeg was highly inconvenient. I'm not complaining, but highly inconvenient. So it'll be at least a week. So I was sort of pushing them for a little bit more of an ETA when the truck will be, or a PTA, whatever, when the truck will be ready. And they said, give them a call next week, Monday, which is a week from today. So at least a week till I can get an update. It should be done by then. Like, as long as they got the guys to work on it, they have all the parts there already. Like, I really don't see why it should take longer than like 3 days. But they probably got a whole bunch of other stuff to do as well, and oh well. Oh well. I'm getting paid for this time. I asked for compensation. It's not my fault my truck is down. This is not a vacation that I planned, so I got bills to pay, man. You're gonna hit my truck and cause me to have a week or two off? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to pay for my downtime. Next time, set your brakes. It's not my fault. I did everything right. So why should I be punished with downtime and lose thousands of dollars in revenue? Thousands and thousands. It is what it is. So the day has gone by. Britt and Theo came to pick me up at the shop there. Showed Theo around some of the new trucks. I sat in a brand new Peterbilt, what is it now, the 589, the one with the slope windshield. It's actually not that bad. No, I didn't like hate it as much as I thought I would. I like the old 389s and 379s better, obviously. Is it a 389? What's the new ones? 386 was the old one, right? 379, 386. I get all the numbers mixed up. I'm a Kenworth guy. But anyways, I got Theo in there and he sat in there. It was hard to get him. I had to bribe him with ice cream to get him out of there. So we went out for ice cream at the Forks, downtown Winnipeg. Walked around there. He got a little toy dinosaur and a Mickey Mouse, a little souvenir. Sort of spent the morning touring ourselves around the Forks in Winnipeg. And then we came home, had a nap, and here we are. I've got to run into town and grab some iceberg lettuce. We're making tacos! And I'm very excited. The real Canadian Superstore. The real one. What are you doing there, little RC car? Oh wow, it's dead here. Wow, where is everybody? What are y'all at work or something lame like that? So I just went and filled up my tank here at the pickup. I had about 1/8 of a tank left. And it cost me $94. That's the first time in, I don't know how long, I can't remember, that it cost me under $100. It was costing me like $130, $140 each fill up for a long time. It's nice to see the gas prices come down. Here in Canada, even if it is just for the election. Our government, I gotta park straight here. Our government tried to, they try to bamboozle us all the time. Smoke and mirrors, right? They didn't cancel the carbon tax. They say they canceled the carbon tax. They paused it, right? In order for it to be actually canceled and off the books, it has to go through the legislative process in Parliament. And for that to happen, Parliament has to open. And right now, Parliament's been prorogued since, what, December? And before that, it was closed down for summer break, and then it was closed down for Christmas break. It's just been a mess up here. So the House can't vote on anything to cancel the carbon tax. It's just been paused until after the election. So gas prices, bloop, drop down across Canada, and everyone's like, whoa, look at the cheap gas prices. You know what you gotta remember? Is they could have done this all along. They've been taking that money out of our wallets and out of our bank accounts every single time we fill up for years and years and years, and all they had to do was sign a little piece of paper and it would all go away and we could all afford life a little better, right? They could have done it all along. But funny, right before an election, suddenly they're like, oh yes, now we'll give you some relief. We'll give you some relief. And vote us in, we promise. We won't put it back. They got voted in again. People wanted more of this. Okay. So how many of you want to bet that they're going to put that tax back on? Somewhere where we can't see it though, right? Trick us. They're going to take it off of our checks, but they're going to get figures in, right? Boy, what a... So I'm obviously filming this ending clip in the future. Elections already happened in Canada here. Didn't go the way we wanted it to. We're not going to talk about that. Let's just go downstairs and talk about how are gas prices doing around where you are. They're doing I shouldn't even say all right here. I can still remember, I'm not that old, and I can still remember when gasoline was 35 cents a liter. 35 cents a liter. What's that per gallon? You times that by like 3.78, so let's just times it by 4. Even that. 4 and 4. It's like $1.60, like $1 a gallon. You remember those days in the US there? Man. What's funny is that price per barrel of oil has gone down, but the gas prices have gone up. Usually it used to be like when we'd watch the markets, because I'm out here in Western Canada, right? Oil is our thing. It fuels the Western Canadian economy. Like, it's Alberta's big... I'm not from Alberta. I'm from southern Manitoba. But those are our like-minded brothers and sisters out there through southern Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and most of BC. Oil is what drives everything out here, right? So we always have our eyes on the oil prices. If it goes too low per barrel, that's not good, because we have tar sands out in Alberta and Western Canada. We do have oil in Manitoba as well. Out in southwestern Manitoba, we're pumping oil there, much as they'll let us. We'll see where that goes now. But if the price of oil goes down too low, well, then it costs more to get a barrel out of our ground than we can get for it on the market, right? And then it's not worth it. So it has to be above a certain price. But if it goes too high, then gas prices get unaffordable, right? So it's like that happy. So we're always watching the price of the oil barrel, like price per barrel, right? And what's interesting to see is that, like, I've seen the price per barrel go well over $100 and then come back down to like $62 and go back up to $80. But the price of the pump has just gone... It goes up, rarely ever comes down. Except for in Canada right now, right before the election, they took a nosedive and suddenly everyone's like, wow, look at all the cheap gas. Whoa, what happened? You know exactly what happened. The price was supposed to be there the whole time. But all that money that you could have been saving, spending on your kids' education, spending on your kids' food, clothing, spending on yourself, whatever you want to spend money on, all of that money that you put into your gas tank over the past few years is just gone. Did it do anything? Did it change the climate? No, it did nothing. And they just, stroke of a pen, gone. instant relief at the pumps. They could have done that all along. And now they're... Sorry, I'm frustrated about that. I'm frustrated about the whole situation going on right now. But anyway, yeah, obviously, like I said, I'm Western Canadian, so oil is a big part of our lives out here. We love Canadian oil and gas. I'm thankful for it because it keeps my family alive in the wintertime. Keeps me, keeps food on our table. The price of diesel fuel affects me immediately, right away. Price of fuel, I paid thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into this carbon tax. I want to know, where did my money go, right? Where did it go? If they didn't need it, they could have just signed it away and let me keep it this whole time. Where did it go? That was my money. I worked really hard for it. But the price of diesel fuel and the price of oil and everything, that affects my life right away. It's obviously as a truck driver. Our trucks run on diesel fuel. They're trying to change that, but it'll be a little while yet. I mean, electric trucks, they're pretty interesting. They got a long way to go. However, on personal vehicles, like honestly, I'm not against the EVs. As long as you don't take away my option to buy a gas vehicle, like just let me buy a gas vehicle. I want a gas vehicle. But make the EVs better than the gas vehicles and make them cheaper without artificially raising the price of the gas vehicles, right? Make them better. Let them fair market decide, right? So I have this, we have this Sledingham GMC in Steinbach, and they have a Chevy Silverado EV and a GMC Sierra Denali EV in stock there. And I want to go look at it. That Sierra looks nice. I've done a lot of research into these EVs, and where we live in Manitoba, out here in the west, like we have really good electricity rates. We pay about 9 cents per kilowatt hour, and it's all green energy. It's actually is 99, I think 95% hydroelectric dams. So we actually call it hydro. It just means that's what we call electricity because it's all hydropower. I think only like 5%. Don't quote me on that, but there's very little natural gas that we use for electricity in Manitoba. So it's all very green. Manitoba is one of the greenest green country. Maybe we'll be a country one day. Greenest places for electricity in the world, and it's cheap. So I did the math. These GM EVs, I don't like the Silverado because it looks like an Avalanche. Like, why did they have to put those little wings on the back on the box? It looks like a Chevy Avalanche. It looks ugly. So I'm not going to ever think of that until they take those away. But the GM Sierra, they did a little bit, but it looks a lot better. It looks like a normal truck. I like what Ford did. They made their Ford F-150 Lightning just like a normal F-150. That's what we wanted. The Lightning they made looked like an actual truck. I like that. But the EV, the Sierra EV, has 740 kilometer range. Like almost like a 500 mile range. No, what is it? 600 mile range? No, not 500. Just a ridiculous range, right? Range, yeah, right? They can, like, and to charge it up from 0 all the way to 100 here at home would be like $10. And I can go 740 kilometers, which is like 7.5 hours of driving. I can get past Regina. I can get to Thunder Bay almost. Like, and then if you plug it into a public fast charger, you can get like 100 miles of range, 160 kilometers of range in 10 minutes. So, I mean, they've come a long way. They've got to go a little bit further, I think, in my opinion. Maybe by the time he's older. I'm not opposed to electric family, like, personal vehicles at all, especially here in Manitoba. It's cheap to fill them up as long as you got a warm garage to park them in, right? Because you don't want those batteries getting so cold overnight. But whatever, they got a long way to go yet. But for semi-trucks, diesel fuel is where it's at. So, you know, the cheaper the fuel prices are, the more I get to take home and spend on this guy. And I think he deserves that. I think he deserves my hard-earned money a lot more than these politicians do. Just my opinion. But anyways, that's enough ranting for today, right? I'm just 4 times in a row now. 4 times in a row. Anyways, I promised him I'd go outside, so that's why he's down here coming to get me. Take care, everybody, and I will talk to you again very soon. There's a bunch of home time vlogs coming up before we get back on the road. Old Blue's still in the body shop, still getting fixed, so I'll keep you updated.